And we're recording the audio. Welcome to the Mr. Spook Show 2018. This is our review of Halloween 2018. Zach, what did you think of Halloween 2018?
It was really fucking good.
It was really good. I am impressed.
It's really fucking good. Like I will admit, this is the one movie I went into with pretty high expectations, but they fucking delivered.
Oh yeah, they totally
delivered.
That
Like
was...
especially with horror movies the last couple of years, especially with sequels, I've been so ready to be just completely fucking disappointed. They did not.
No, they
did not.
They blew it out of the park, I think. As far as sequels for slashers go, this is...
We're kind of now entering that period where people are actually putting work into them now.
Yeah,
They're just pumping them out because franchise. It took how many years to get past that?
Yeah.
Like early 2000s, even like the early 2010s was really bad for that.
Yeah.
Even the last couple of years were bad for that.
So we're happy to report that this movie is actually good. Not like our last review, but that was The Predator. But
different universe.
You know, at least we got one 80s franchise going this year that's actually better.
Is it 80s franchise though? I mean, it had to start in the 70s.
It started in the 70s, and they kind of made them throughout the 80s. I think a few were in the 90s, and then...
Well, yeah, like
and
H2O
then you had
and stuff.
H2O, but
oh, yeah, right. H2O was like 2004.
That was closer to the 2000s, so it's I would probably put it in that area.
Yeah, definitely. Like the nice part was there wasn't really a part about, like, normally with any horror movie, even the ones I really, really like, there's like one part that I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. There wasn't really parts like that I disliked.
No, I can't really think of anything that really really stuck out as terrible,
like,
or just like annoying, other than like maybe...
we can go into spoiler talk, obviously.
Yeah, well, there will be spoilers.
Now's your chance, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, the plot of this movie is picking up right up after the first one, and like the original Halloween. And
well, I mean, I wouldn't say right off. I mean, 40 years is a bit of a
okay, well, you get what I mean. It's cutting out all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, and they straight up like backtalk it a little bit.
Oh
too.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Wasn't he like was it grandma's brother or something? It's just some stupid rumor other people made. Like,
yeah, that's a good dig. I really like that one.
Just right off the bat, huh?
I also like all the other references that they put into the series history, with just like the season of the witch reference, where you at one point you see some kids walking down the street. One's a witch, one's got the pumpkin mask, the actual fucking pumpkin mask.
Like they pulled it from props.
But that's a straight up prop, and and the skeleton, like it's all movie replica from the third movie.
Oh yeah, and it's not done the way that's like, here we're doing a thing here. It's like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, no, at least
your people who've watched it will know, like, okay, clever. The people who haven't, it's another thing.
Yeah, like,
what was nice is there was
at least they didn't play the jingle. That would have been too much.
That would have been too much.
That would have been way too much.
But like, the nice part about it was that there was no scene that wasn't supposed to be there. Like, every scene had a purpose and had a part that affected the other movie. There wasn't like just like here it is. Yes, and the funny part is they have scenes that feel like that, and then they end up not being. Like, okay, that's why that was there. Like, for example, there's a scene where she's at her school dance or whatever, and she's on her phone. Grandma's trying to call her. She hangs up on her. Boyfriend smooches some other gal, takes her phone because he's an asshole, throws it into, I assume, pudding.
Yeah.
It was really weird what that was.
Yeah,
it's like, okay,
that's
so
too
there's
thick
this
to be punched.
There's this dumb.
And who serves pudding at a high school Halloween dance?
I've been to some weird parties, but and pudding has came up, but never at a high school dance.
Yeah.
Long story.
Well, it's always a good time for pudding.
Oh, ever, always, especially tapioca. You're just sidetracking me. Tapioca's amazing. But they had that to kind of destroy your phone and get that out of the way. So even like the teen drama stuff, which unlike every other horror movie ever made, wasn't unbearable.
And it was also really short. Like, it was really short.
They made it believable, was the thing.
Yeah,
I felt like there was a lot of back and forth with either improving or really, really good screenwriters. I mean, they had Danny McBride on it, who was really shining. I think they had him on there just to inject humor in a spot where it would otherwise be quiet.
Yeah, to punch up the script.
And he fucking nails it, because Danny McBride has a talent for casual humor, and that is the kind of humor you need.
Especially in a movie like this.
Yeah, because it offsets it, but it doesn't overshadow it.
And I'm really glad they went with practical effects. Like, nothing was like some of it was like breaching that over the top moment. Like it was just about to hit that wall, like with the one kill, the one very specific kill.
The head stomp?
Yeah, the head stomp. That one was kind of hitting that line,
but I was okay.
But not, yeah, I was okay with it because it wasn't like over the top or anything, but it was beautiful to see. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell, it was probably like a fucking melon or two in there.
But that's exactly it. Is like they did an awesome job, and the thing I can sing the praises about is the cinematography. Holy shit!
Yes.
There's at least a minute and a half, 2 minute tracking shot. It's probably longer than that.
Oh yeah, it's fucking
And
beautiful.
it's following from multiple angles, panning around, and everybody's nailing it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of back and forth perspective play, and it's just incredible. From the moment he walks in on the street, walks off, takes the thing, kills one person, walks out, spooks some kids, sees other people, walks in, it doesn't necessarily cut, but it slides, and it's beautiful.
I think that might have my favorite part in the whole film was the scene where you see this woman talking on the phone, and you watch, like, this is part of that tracking shot. You see Michael walking around. He walks up to the porch and he's looking around. And then he bends down, like you see. Then it cuts, like it kind of slides over to the window, and you see the woman talking on the phone. You hear her talking about some party or something happening. So then she is walking around, or then she gets the call about Michael being loose, and you see, like, before you see that, you see Michael's face reflected in the glass, and that was probably my favorite
you
shot.
You can kind of see
movie.
all of him, but it stands out.
Yeah, because the white on
and the cool thing was with those kind of shots too, you don't want to transition too fast, because then it would speed it up.
But yeah, like she's talking on the phone, and then about like something, and then she hears a police report. And like that was when Michael got up and walked around. She hears a police report, and she goes and looks out the window as Michael walks into her behind.
Draws the blinds.
Oh, that was
not completely all the way. I thought they were going to go that way with it, but I'm glad they didn't.
No, that was probably my favorite kill in the whole movie was that one, just because of how beautiful.
That was the one where it was like distinctly CGI.
Yeah.
But even then, it looked good because you didn't catch it for a moment.
Yeah, it didn't hang on it.
Because it went boom, boom. Like, oh, okay, I understand.
And I'm okay with it being CGI because they were doing the one long tracking shot. And you can't do a practical effect with, like, stabbing someone in the neck and having it be practical without a cut or two.
Well, yeah, and on the tail end of that, too. Like, from special effects, cinematography perspective, sound design was another good one.
Oh yeah, the sound in this movie is fantastic. I'm always a big I'm a big fan of how sound is in movies. I can usually tell when it's done pretty well or
most of the time it's done too much.
So, yeah, a lot of time it's overblown, but here it's so subtle. It's like you're watching somebody like John Carpenter behind the camera again, because the music is subtle and only played when you need it. It's just like how John Carpenter does his soundtracks. And of course, it's all like that synth that he's famous for in his movies. So I really like that. But then also just the sound effects, like when he's walking or
breathing in the mask.
The breathing in the mask was
beating a lady in the head with a hammer, nice meaty thunks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like some of the sound effects were spot on in this movie.
A lot of neck breaks.
Yeah, that one was.
He was pretty high for neck breaks. Till he got a knife, he was high for neck breaks.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Strangling and then neck breaking.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he folds over the one dude and stuffs him in the top shelf of the closet.
Just takes some fucking physical, cognitive strength, my God.
Especially after having these gone.
Yeah, shock and amputation. Not gonna lie, that was kind of a dumb call. She sets up this fortress. I imagine it makes me wonder if she calculated it, but I don't think so. But like sets up this fortress and then leans against the window where there's two glass panes.
Like that. But that's such a classic slasher thing. Yes. The two hands through the side.
Oh yeah, and then she
panes of the window.
Bam! Like it's like, did you just bait his ass or?
I'm also curious. Did she forget about the knife?
I think she did. Mind you, I would have went for she was already holding the shotgun. Yeah. That works better. And I like how he grabs and goes around it. She sees the opportunity and goes for it and takes off two of his fingers.
That was fantastic.
You may not be able to fucking keep him down for long, but you can certainly do shock and amputation. So I wonder if you blow off all his hands and thumbs.
One of my favorite parts about the finale of the movie, though, was how they referenced the original with Laurie, instead of Michael going over the balcony and then disappearing in the next shot, it's Laurie that goes over the balcony and then she disappears.
He turns back and it cuts back to him looking like, oh shit.
Yeah, like that was a good physical comedy moment.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
How's it feel, motherfucker?
Like this movie is, there's so much
to love about it.
And you can tell like the guys at Blumhouse really wanted to do the franchise right, and they put a lot of passion. And they had a lot of fun making this movie.
Really good direction of pretty much a blank check too. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Incredibly well produced. And also like the thing is too, you wouldn't expect like when I heard like it's always hear a little bit of bitching whenever Judy Greer is thrown into something because she's kind of more comedy based typically, and it's pretty much all serious for her in this particular film. Yeah, and she does an awesome job. Like she's a screen queen in her own right.
Yeah, the one thing I really the one character I liked who felt like 100% realistic was the dad character. He felt like and says stuff and did things the way like my dad would do it or like anybody's dad would do it.
It's just like, God damn it, man.
I also like the fact that it's my theory for this one scene is where she comes home and the front or the back door is open. You're led to believe that it's Laurie broke in, but my feeling is that he just did the dad thing and left the back doors open.
It's kind of implied because he walks in with like workshop goggles and shit, so he's working on something in the shed.
So the plot of this movie is that Michael is being transferred from
not Spruce Grove.
No, not Spruce. Smith's Grove Sanatorium.
Spruce Grove.
Sanatorium.
It's weird. It's going from Illinois to Canada.
Yeah, so then they
freeze them.
So
slow them down.
During the transfer, there's an accident, and this is what made me feel like, holy shit! They just redid Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Like certain parts of it.
Yeah.
Like some of the story beats feel very similar to that movie, but done well and done in a way that's not fucking nuts and swearing all the time.
It's not like Michael Myers' white trash version.
Yeah,
which I still enjoyed, but definitely not the second one of that one. The first one I actually don't mind.
The first one's all right, yeah. So then he escapes, and of course the first on-screen kill of Michael Myers is like an 8-year-old boy.
I'm glad they had the nuts to go there. I'm glad they didn't just have him running off of the bush and nothing. He fights with him and fucking pushing his neck against a window.
I was not expecting that. I was like,
good.
It's like, holy shit, this movie's got the balls to do that.
Mind it. Then there was a scene where they kind of did a little bit of a fake out where I was like, oh, come on. But I could also see why they wouldn't. Where like,
yeah, because
takes out. It's still, and again in that tracking shot, takes out presumably the mother or caretaker with a hammer, wanders over to a crib, hovers by it for a second, like, do it, you motherfucker, do it, make him completely evil.
That would have been awful.
I'd have loved it.
But
they backed down from it, which fair enough.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but they did that little cock tease. I'm like, come on, movie, I see why, but come on, don't do that to me.
Do you think there's a deleted scene where he actually fucking did it?
Not in that tracking shot, no. If there was a cut there, maybe, but not in the tracking shot. Yeah, there might have been, but you'd have to redo that entire fucking shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. But
so I think you could definitely tell it occurred to somebody in the script room. But they're like, let's maybe work at the angle.
We've already killed a kid. Like we've already killed one.
Let's not have him shove a 12-inch chef knife through an 11-inch infant.
Yeah, exactly. So while Michael's like the setup is Michael escapes while we're also seeing this. We're set up with Laurie Strode, who is now a recluse.
PTSD'd as fuck.
And has like her own...
A little bit of a drinking problem.
And has like, I want to call it like
the Strode cave.
Yeah, it's like the Bat Cave, but meant for like somebody like the Punisher. It felt like that, which I enjoyed.
Pulls up her gun room, which was also lovely, decorated with flowers too.
Yeah.
Like, pick your poison. Will do.
I love that. Like this movie is just so good with everything. So we're also meeting the family and the Laurie Strode's daughter and the granddaughter, and we kind of learned a little bit about how their life is and how being related to Laurie has affected them and stuff like that. It's not like they're not really the main focus. It kind of jumps between all these characters constantly, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's not like suddenly
nobody felt like the main character, which was nice, because you weren't sure if the main character was Laurie or was her granddaughter, or if it was Michael himself, or if it was this new doctor, and it was nice.
It felt like all of them were main characters. Like it
nice
jumped around and like gave enough characterization to everybody.
You went into the finale not knowing who was going to make it, and I like that about horror movies, because most times it's like this person's plot protected, they're going to be fine, or they're going to get got right at the end.
Yeah.
God only knows what. But it didn't really feel that way, which is nice.
Yeah, so I guess so then Michael goes about being Michael and everyone else is panicking, and then Laurie Strode is just looking for him and trying to actively hunt and shoot this guy, which she actually does get a shot off, but he escapes.
She gets a few shots off at him.
Well,
she gets a beautiful shot. I'm just like, oh yeah, boom! Like there was no like hesitation, like just bam, snapshot. Like she's been training.
Yeah, I also like how they brought back Will Patton as his character from the original movie as well.
Nice touch.
And so we don't want to spoil really too much, but we've talked about enough.
10:30. Yeah.
we've spoiled enough, but we won't give away like the full final ending. We kind of give away the chase scene, which I enjoyed. I really liked the twist that it was Laurie hunting Michael, and Michael kind of feeling like the
predator became the prey.
Yeah, I really liked that idea. It was really well done. Really nice to see that.
Oh yeah, straight up out stealth them, which takes a lot of work to do.
Yeah, so that's Halloween 2018.
Fucking awesome.
I would recommend this one. I'm going further than I did the Predator.
All of the other Halloweens.
Yes. So with the Predator, we were recommending it as like a night where you're drinking and you put it on and you laugh. This one, do it sober, do it drunk. It's going to be great the whole time.
Oh yeah, and you could straight up watch the first one and then watch this one back to back.
Yes.
And it would flow beautifully.
Yeah, it would be almost seamless.
I mean, it might be a little bit hiccupy due to obviously the quality of a film that was shot in 1978 versus a film shot in 2018, but still.
Yeah. So, final ratings for Halloween 2018.
9.5 out of 10, and I don't give that lightly.
I'm gonna go with a 9 on that one. But that might have just been like my viewing experience. I was having a headache and I was struggling with some of the lighting a little bit with
they did have
the
a
police
lot.
cars.
They did have a lot of police cars, and I'm watching them like, oh yeah, that's.
So
I could see where that would fuck with somebody.
So sometimes the lighting was a little bit harsh, but other than that, it's great. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.